Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. An American tragedy. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Right, shortly after that nightmare attack Sunday on U.S. service personnel in Jordan, Republicans rushed out to demand that Biden launch a significant military retaliation against Iran. Now, the loss of these three patriots is both heartbreaking and enraging. And while the impulse to avenge their deaths is understandable, we cannot afford another protracted conflict in the Middle East. And even if we could, we can't rely on this woke series of dimwits at the Biden Pentagon to deliver anything resembling victory. After all, has Biden's top military brass had success wargaming Ukraine, even tracking our munitions there? And how did Milley and Austin manage that Afghanistan withdrawal again? To this day, after 13 U.S. service personnel were left vulnerable, then blown to bits, Biden has held no one in his administration accountable. No one. But of course, he was busy because his focus was on more important things, such as advocating for transgenderism in the military.
Transitioning has allowed me to be better as a leader. I've gotten rid of the distraction of worrying about concealing who I really was.
Fox had to rely on private insurance to cover her surgery, but from now on, the military will cover the cost of sex change operations approved by a doctor.
Our doctors will treat them and give them medically necessary treatment according to the protocols.
Oh, the protocols? And they also put new protocols in place to clear out extremists, meaning Trump supporters, from the military, too.
Extremism is not tolerated in any branch of the United States military.
If our law enforcement partners flag an individual based on their determination that they see something and they pass it to us, we're not even asking what the flag was. We're just removing them.
Well, the message was loud and clear. It was delivered that the biggest threat we faced as a nation came from Trump supporters, especially those with military training.
A cry for survival comes from the planet itself, a cry that can't be any more desperate or any more clear. And now, a rise of political extremism, white supremacy, domestic terrorism, that we must confront and we will defeat.
Well, their sixth social justice project in the military has coincided with a jaw-dropping shortfall in military recruitment, which itself puts our troops at risk. Well, not that they care. Now, this partly explains how America's military became such an easy target. But specific questions have to be answered, like, how is it, despite our sophisticated air defenses, did a drone manage to penetrate an Army outpost? And why is a unit of Army reservist engineers stationed so close to Syria in the first place? Can Biden and Austin even stand before reporters and answer questions about this? Well, that's doubtful. So why should we trust them to carry out massive airstrikes on Iran? Now, we reflexively call ourselves a superpower because of our nukes. But I think it's worth asking, do superpowers commit economic and cultural suicide like America has? Our enemies aren't worried about Biden's response to this latest attack. They've been watching us. They're already emboldened. The Chinese spy balloon odyssey eliminated any doubt that Biden was another Jimmy Carter. He is. And 2 years after Biden pledged to isolate Russia by supporting Ukraine, Putin's more popular than ever, and Russia's GDP is growing. 4 years after China unleashed COVID-19 and killed hundreds of thousands with fentanyl, and President Xi still has Biden dancing to his tune. Now, we lost our way and our leverage along the way because this is the world that the globalists always wanted, where America had no right to be self-sufficient, had no right to be wealthy, where we gutted our manufacturing base and our middle class along with it. A world where we attack our own energy independence, apologize for it even, and then stick the taxpayers with the bill. A world where we leave our own border open but go into debt and have our grandchildren go into debt to enforce other countries' borders. A world where post 9/11, we added $29 trillion to our national debt. Think about it. A world where we teach our children to hate our founders and much of our own history. These are not the actions of a superpower capable of taming Iran or getting Russia to bend to our will. This instead is a slow-rolling American tragedy. And I hate saying this, it pains me to say this, but we are not the country we used to be. We are much weaker economically, we are much weaker culturally, spiritually, and we're much weaker geopolitically than we were 20 years ago or even 4 years ago. And the more money and the more resources we give to President Biden and his team of incompetence, the weaker we will become. So until we get a brand new president, bad things are going to continue to happen. There is really nothing we can do about that at this point. But what we can do, and what we must do, is prevent the Biden team from doing any more harm by getting us into foolish military adventures that will just result in more heartbroken American families. And that's The Angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.